Thomas being an LBSCR E2 tank engine doesn't work well for me personally, since the E2s were built between 1913 and 1916. I might come off being biased, but Thomas being older than, say, characters like Gordon, for example, yet acting younger than him, doesn't really suit him. Also, him being a Gresley J50 or even a Venezuela G5 class doesn't feel right. So, this is where my alteration comes into play. My ideal Thomas is that he's an 060 tank engine built by the NWR. His construction was started in 1918, but was halted in 1919 so that 203, my ideal Henry, can be built. Eventually, his construction was completed in 1924, a year after Gordon arrived. To be honest, I don't have much to say about him in my universe, other than his origins, since the rest of his story plays out the same in the Rally series. His story of Gordon, how he got his branch line, they're all the same. Just like Audrey, I don't have much to say about him in the future. After all, what more could I have said? And that's all about my ideal Thomas. Not much to say about him, to be honest. While I don't have a problem with Gordon being an A1 Pacific, my only issue is that him being a prototype doesn't really make sense, since in real life, Great Northern was the prototype. That's why he was rebuilt into a A1 stroke Roaring by Edward Thompson, and not into an A3 Pacific, or a Peppercorn Pacific. The only way I can see Gordon keeping his title as the prototype is that he's Great Northern. So, my ideal Gordon is Great Northern. This is where it's going to cause problems in real life, since Great Northern never left for any other company. So, my solution is that the GNR would have built a replica after the actual Great Northern was purchased. When Great Northern arrived on Sodor, he was renamed into Clan Gordon and renumbered 204 by Northwestern Standards. Now, this is where I'm going to tackle the rebuild part. Now, in the iOS book, Gordon was rebuilt into a 2-cylinder locomotive by the LMS instead of an LNER A3. Now, I don't like the 3-cylinder or 2-cylinder rebuild by the LMS idea, nor do I like the idea of him being rebuilt into an A3, since I wanted him to be very unique. So, in my universe, after he had an accident with a steamroller in 1947, that same year he was sent to Doncaster Works to be rebuilt. Since he wasn't fully rebuilt, he can keep components of his old shape, like splashers, boiler, firebox, tender, some of his running plate. However, since his front cylinders and valve gear would have been damaged, I would have had them be replaced by Peppercorn's design of those. So Gordon had those rebuilt by Peppercorn, and as a bonus, was fitted with Peppercorn smoke deflectors to drift smoke away from the crew's view. Since he was rebuilt by Peppercorn, this makes him the half-brother of a surviving Peppercorn A2, known as Blue Peter. However, since he kept most of his Gresley components and parts, he still has a kinship with his brother, Flying Scotsman. And that's my ideal Gordon in my universe. If you want to see more of my videos, be sure to check them out, and I'll see you all on the next one. Bye!